Hi guys, Artiar here. So for this video is about the Sunfire Expanse, which I think some of you guys actually request for it. I thought I can actually skip this guide because I thought that this guide is actually pretty easy until we hit difficulty 12. That's what I think, right? But then I saw some requests about this, so yeah, so let's make a video about this. So we will have Agni here as well for today's video. So Agni will be giving his own point of view because he has been playing this game mode a lot more than what I did. So he can give a lot of good suggestion, like which kind of divine relic to pick, which is the best divine relic, the best Shabti, the best runes combo, and we'll also talk about some of the team comp to clear the Sunfire Expand Area 8. Alright, so hi Agni.
Hello. It's been a while.
Yeah, so I think most of you guys already know who is Agni. He's been in a lot of my videos. So Agni, which kind of divine relics you actually use, or like your favorite divine relic to clear the content?
So for me, I think the best two relics to use is the Crown of the Swift and Eye of Judgment, purely because Eye of Judgment is just really strong, and Crown of the Swift is strong because it just deals, your allies just take a lot of turns and you deal a lot of damage, so it's pretty good. The other one that's more sometimes, I guess, if you're not so built and you want to use something more defensive, is Shield of the Sun. You can use Espers like Berenice, you can use Espers like Laura to build your shields, and everything is pretty good. The one that I will not use is Flail of Retribution, because the damage that you do, or the effect that you do, is just like 50% of the damage that you your allies take, which is like if your ally dies, then there's not much damage left to take.
Yeah. So within like this four, the most used you're using the Eye of Judgment and Crown, right? Like, is there any reason behind it, like the Eye of Judgment? Because I think I saw more players using Crown of the Swift instead of Eye of Judgment.
So Eye of Judgment, the reason why I use Eye of Judgment over Crown of the Swift is because the Judgment effect is actually pretty good. So you can apply Judgment on bosses and they take true damage equal to 0.5% of their max HP. This increases to 0.7 after you get one of the upgrades. And 0.75. On top of that, you actually give an entire turn to your team. So after you cast this, your entire team just takes a free turn, and you can do a lot of stuff to the enemies when you just take a turn lah. You can use all your skills, you can deal damage and all that stuff. So it's pretty good.
So cause if you're using Eye of Judgment, you're gonna pick more insight runes, right?
Yeah.
But I saw more people recommend Guildborn, but okay. But so instead of so if we take a look at the runes here, is there any like the best rune you like keep note or recommend for them?
So what I would say is that whatever divine relics you pick, you want to pick the runes that are associated with it. Okay. So if you're playing Crown of the Swift, you want to pick more Guildborn relics, which honestly is great because Guildborn makes you take more turns, you do more damage if you take more turns. It's pretty powerful. But if let's say I'm playing Eye of Judgment, I want to take more Insight relics.
Yeah.
So some of the relics some of the runes that Insight has is something that's like when you inflict control effect on a judgment target, you deal true damage equal to certain amount of attack, which is the Forbidden Trial. Yeah.
Oh, this one.
So yeah, this one. So this one is good because if you deal damage, if you do control. So for instance, maybe you pick someone like Pritzker, for instance, and you attempt to deal control effect. So like his S3 can stun 3 times, right?
Yeah, multi-hit.
And every single time you deal true damage equal to like 100% of Pritzker's current attack. So it's really powerful, especially when you have a lot of Espers that do a lot of like control effects. So control effects include like stun, freeze. I'm not sure if sleep is one, but I know stun and freeze are the two most common ones lah. So yeah, other runes that I would pick, most of the gold runes are actually pretty good. Through the entire thing. Another rune that I like to pick is actually one of the Galeborn runes. it's called give me a second. Is one of them is like every turn you take, you increase your damage. So it's called Gilbron Frenzy Blade. Is a blue relic. It's on the left side. The left, yeah, correct. So this one is damage increased by how many percent? Maximum 10 stacks. So as you take turns, you generally deal more damage to the boss, and that's how you make sure that you keep dealing damage or more damage to the boss. Yeah.
So if you are picking Eye of the Judgment, so let's say everyone is going to following this guy, Eye of the Judgment, and they'll focus on Insight, and then we'll get some Guild Bomb. Is there any other runes that something you pick for?
I mean, I'm participating in your challenge, so if I tell my runes, everyone will know what I pick. But it usually is generally the same the same ones where you pick a few really strong insight runes. Actually, yeah, most of the people can go into this collection and read what they do. You pick usually the important insight runes, some gold, some purple. One of the ones I like to pick is the how much accuracy you have increases the amount of speed you have. So it's Insight Tenacity. It's a blue rune on the left side, and yeah, this one helps me to outspeed the boss. So the boss is really quite fast, and if I pick this rune, it actually helps me to take the first turn, which is really strong to not take damage and not get like misread up and things from Tricky or get frozen by Longmian.
So blue rune doesn't mean it is weak, right?
Correct. So it doesn't mean that it's blue, means it's not great to have. Some of them are quite useless, like for instance, like you get more resist or you take lesser damage or something like that. Those to me are like not very useful because I just want to deal damage. If I'm doing a challenge, for instance, right? I want to deal the most damage in the least amount of turns or the least amount of time. So things that I have to take lesser damage or I gain more resist or something like that. Yeah, all these stuff doesn't really matter to me. So you got to pick and choose and see which one is important for you to deal more damage. And it's not only inside runes that are good. There are runes like in the renewal one, which is the healing one, that actually give you this special buff called Plenty. And at the end, it basically is the end of your active turn, you deal damage equal to 4% of the person's max health. So this rune actually is really quite good because this buff Plenty is really quite good because every turn you take, you just deal damage. Yeah, Plenty. Yeah.
The Plenty buff thing.
Yeah, correct. And then some of the other stuff are just like kind of self-explanatory, like it just deal more damage the more you take turns. You just get more crit damage, get more attacks, so on and so forth. You just want to stack as much damage so that you can easily take out the tricky boss.
I see. So other than Divine Relic and Rune, so we already have like a basic in mind already. How about the Shabti? Which kind of Shabti they should actually pick? Because I think some of them actually pick the debuff, like to actually make the challenge harder. Or is there any specific Shabti you would like to recommend for the players?
So specific Shabti, all the Shabtis are actually very interesting. But the ones that I always look out for is damage increasing one. So one of them is called Volley Squad, and Volley Squad basically increases your attack like crazy, but reduces your defense. So what it does is that it just buffs your entire team. If it's an attack based team, it just buffs your entire team at the cost of you taking more damage.
So you just go
if you're
all
speed running, correct. So if you're speed running something, you're not going to like take a lot of damage, right?
Yeah.
And what Volley Squad does is that it increases your attack of all your experts. So all the stuff that is like percentage damage based on how much attack or everything is also getting buffed by Volley Squad. Yeah. And then another one, if some I played some fun runs, right, where I just stack as much gold. The bottom one, Hired Muscle, on the bottom left. Yeah, the bottom one is just every 100 you gain 10% damage. So I think there was one point where I had like close to 2,000 coins.
200% increase.
So I had like 200% increased damage, and it was like really quite funny to watch the boss just like melt down like 6 or 7 health bars per hit. So yeah, there are some of them that are really quite good. There are some of them that are really very bad, which I hope no one gets, which is there's this one called give me a moment. I think there's one called it's called Porter Servant. So Porter Servant is above the Marauder, the left side. Oh, you missed it. On the left side, there's a Marauder debuff, and then on top there's Porter Servant. Yeah. So this one is the one that I would not recommend to anybody, because it's like for every 1 room entered, you gain Timeless Coin times 10. So it basically means that you gain basically
extra
you just gain the coin every room you enter. I'm not so sure whether this one is you enter 1 room you gain 10 coins, you enter 2 room you gain 20 coins or something like that. But when you reach 500 coins, everything gets reset to 0. So all the coins you've been saving will get reset if it hits 500, regardless of when it is. It's actually not great at all, especially if you are trying to save for certain things.
For example, the combination of the Hyatt muscle, right?
Yeah, correct. So you don't want that at all, because it's just basically not great. And this is my more personal preference. But there are some other runes that I actually do not. There are some other Shabti that I actually do not like, and those are the servant Shabti. So if you scroll down below, there are a bunch of servant Shabti below, like Radiant Servant, Galeborn Servant, Shadow Servant, all those. Those are good if you are not planning to run really quick runs. But if you pick them in a speed run, or you pick them in your challenge run, for instance, or you pick them if you're focusing something, it actually makes the pool much harder to get. So let's say you are playing a Insight run, and then you have a Radiant Servant come out, and you increase the chance of obtaining Radiant buffs. You just miss out a lot on the buffs you actually want to get.
You can't really combo with other rune.
Yeah. So if you let's say you're playing a shadow run, for instance, or like a shadow force run or something like that, and then you pick something like Renewal, where you increase your healing, you keep on getting these buffs that keeps on giving you stuff that heals more and everything, and it will not be as good. You will want other stuff other than this one.
I see.
So that's why I personally don't like it. But that's a personal reference.
So let's say if we're in a battle, right? Then is there anything you would like to like suggest for the initial Shabti as well, like War Eagle, Swift Eagle, or Twin? Personally, I think I like the Twin Enigma more because I have a better start. But how about you?
So personally, for me, I always take the Twin Enigma.
Oh, same.
Because I think it's the most fun. It's just like get 2 free random Shabti.
Then we just like refresh.
Yeah. If you're going for the coin run, for Hyatt muscle,
War Eagle.
the War Eagle one is pretty good. The War Eagle one is actually pretty good. That's the one I took when I hit
the low
around like 2k coins or something like that. I picked War Eagle. But for your challenge runs, I just pick like Twin Enigma all the way and just roll until I get the Shabtis that I want. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there's unlimited tries.
Right. So let's say the player they are not using like cause my account is pretty stacked. We have a lot of R6. Let's say we're not talking about R6. Is there any like team combination which you recommend? Like for example, like maybe a speed leader plus at least 1 to 2 controllers, something like that, or is there like a specific formula in your mind?
So for me, I think most importantly is to see what kind of team you're running. So if you're running something like a Insight team, basically you want a lot of control units. So you want people like Pritzker, you want people like whoever can stun, stuns a lot or like sleeps a lot. Like Sloan is a good one as well, because Sloan freezes. Even someone like someone like Jincho might be pretty good. Someone like Camille also might be pretty good because she stuns. So it depends on what kind of team you're planning to build.
Is there
And I
like
would
a
say
pretty
that
free to play one for them?
a free to play one will
So
always
let's say
be free.
so let's say we take away the or maybe we leave it some legend, like
Yeah.
Elite, for example, that was gonna make the team very easy. So let's say epics.
If you talk about like rares or epics, I think the ones that you want to go for, if you're looking at inside ones, are some like Pritzker is clearly one of them. Another one would be someone like I don't know, Twins is another one. Palmy would be one. Maybe even Emma might be one as well. Emma Hinger, if you're taking a bit of damage and she just counters and like stuns the opponent, something like that, it might be possible for that as well. Then even if you look at rare Espers, it's not even just epic Espers. You can look at rare Espers. You can take someone like Q. Q's damage sharing is actually very strong here. So you could use someone like Q. You could use someone like Jean, who stuns as well. You could also use someone like Bryn, who stuns single target as well, and so on and so forth.
So you're more focused into like control Esper, like to pair with your insight that deals damage, right?
Correct. So that is for control Espers. But let's say you are playing something like instead of playing Iron Judgment, you play Crown of the Swift, right?
Yeah.
And then you want to pick someone that pick teams that take a lot of turns. So a lot of AP a lot of like extra turns. So someone like Sienna is good. Someone like Chuyao is good. Liam is also good. People like Abigail, Fengshin R2, for instance, those that can AP push. You want to go for free to play. You can have someone like Esenath. Esenath is really good as well. Ira is also really good. Yeah. So Asenath, you can pick Ira, you can pick all those Espers that you can take many turns. Even like Anesidora is also really good because she takes double turns, you know, when she S3, S2. Yeah. Li Guang is also another good option if you want to take many turns, you know.
Okay, so if they actually pick a team already and they go into the battle, like is there any room priority which you would recommend? So let's say I make a team of okay, let's say Parami plus this plus this plus this. So let's say I put a Li Guang here, randomly pick one, then we go Eye of Judgment. Okay, so let us skip this part.
Oh, you got a Porter 7.
Okay, so let's say we skip this part real quick.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll pause here.
Yeah. So for all these like stage clears and everything, it's not too big of a deal. You just got to remember that you don't have any like equipment, so all your damage is just base damage, and you only have like very little crit rate and a lot of and your chance to crit is not say very high. So you got to remember that lah.
Because they are naked, they have no equipment.
Correct. So they have no equipment and everything's not that great. So after you pick your rune and then you select adventure or fight.
Yeah, which one will you go for? Like adventure or you will go for fight?
I mean, personally, if I don't have a Shabti that gains stuff on fighting, because there are some Shabti that actually gains like stats or anything via fight. So for instance, I think there's one of them that actually after a fight you can have a chance to get it's called the Gambler one. I'm not sure whether you have, I think you have it right now, if I remember correctly, in your Shabti. Yeah. So after winning a battle, randomly gain Timeless Coin, 100 or lose Timeless Coin. So if let's say you are a gambler and you just it is a gacha game, you just want to gamble, right? You can just go and fight and hopefully you gain more Timeless Coins, or like if you're unlucky you lose Timeless Coins or something like that. So there are certain Shabti like that actually does allow you to gain more stats or more things after you win matches. But if let's say you want to test your luck, or you might want to obtain another Shabti or anything, go for an adventure. Because adventure is honestly quite interesting. Sometimes you might just pick something out of nowhere. Yeah, so you just like randomly pick one. I usually pick the purple or red ribbon because it's just more like I don't know, it's just more fun to just pick a random one and just hope for the best.
Just pray.
So Yeah.
Okay, so if they trigger the judgment, which one would you get for?
So usually if I trigger a insight one, I would pick the
Truth, right?
control effect one, not the duration. I'll pick the control effect. Because the control effect actually allows you to gain more charges. Means you cast your Divine Relic more and more often. And when you cast your Divine Relic more often, it actually does help you to take more turns as well.
Oh, so you can able to spam this a lot more faster.
Correct, yeah. One of the room priors I actually like to go for is the elite one. So if you see an elite, usually I would like to go for them because elite gives you 2 runes instead of the regular one. So the elite one gives you when you beat the elite boss, it's much harder. But if you beat the elite boss, you get 2 runes instead of the 1 rune that you get from just beating a regular boss like that.
Yeah. So rest?
Yeah, I will go for the rest because rest has a shop where you can spend your coins. It also gives you a free summon, and it also gives you upgrades. So if you need to upgrade your things or anything using your coins, those are actually more sufficient. Yeah. And then after you fight the boss, and yeah, you can just like auto it, I guess. Oh, the boss is not clicking.
Okay. I face this issue quite often. I have to spam it.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So usually in the boss, I like to just like target the boss because the AI is not very smart. So they will target the rest of the other stuff.
Yeah, I think pretty much that's it, right? For the whole gameplay thing. Then the rest is just leave the play for them to like try it out.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest tips I have is read what the runes do, because you can actually come up with a lot of combos with certain runes as well. So as long as you can you understand like what runes fit what build you have, it actually does help a lot when you are trying to beat the boss. Like when I fought Tricky the first time, in your challenge.
Yeah, the epic challenge.
The first time, yeah, it was really quite difficult because I didn't have any idea of how to really beat the boss. And then I found out like after like playing for like, I can't remember how long, I found out this like strategy. So I went to try it again and again, and I was like, oh, okay, that's not bad. Another thing you can see actually is below there's a okay, never mind. You can click the Divine Blessing. Can you click the Divine Blessing? Oh, it's gone.
Okay, let me retry.
Yeah, just pick any. I think you probably don't even need to like click anything. Just click on the Divine Blessing below.
I'm a gambler.
That's the second time you got. Okay, so some of these Divine Blessings are actually very strong and should have. Because when you combine like the conditions, or you fulfill the conditions, you actually get an extra like buff, you know. So some of them, for instance, let's say you are doing a lot of control, right? As a insight, and your intimidating assault one is like basic abilities have this 40% chance of inflicting stun. You can work towards that one in order to make your basic abilities have a chance to deal with control effect.
And control effect deals extra damage, right, with the combination.
Yeah, correct. And then if you scroll down a bit, there's also another one for Gale's Blessing. After casting a non-basic ability, you gain Kill Rush, which you gain extra speed, maximum up to 100 stacks, which is like what 50% extra speed. So you just take more turns and you can deal more damage to the boss, like that. So work your way around the runes, work your way around understanding the builds, and shouldn't be that difficult to beat the boss.
I think that it actually covered everything for the team.
Yep.
Then the rest is like just hope this video actually help you if you are watching the video now. I hope the video actually help you. If you are the one who requested, I hope you can actually clear Sunfire Expanse, and maybe this guy can actually help you until the Sunfire Expanse 12 as well. Then I'll make a fast clear with a epic expo only at the back of the video. So if you want to see like a proof of a video, I'll record the whole thing. Make it fast forward so you can check it out. So it doesn't require you to have a specific legend or specific reso to actually clear the content. That's just what I want to bring it up. So thank you, Agni, for sharing your own experience about this event. How do you think about this event overall for now?
For now, I think if honestly speaking, if you didn't have the contest, I wouldn't be enjoying myself as much.
The epic contest.
Yeah, because like I am an endgame player, and most of us, like a lot of us, are like endgame players, and we can honestly use like R6 Elif plus like Fengshin to like destroy everything. So none of these actually like make a lot of sense. But since there was the challenge and we set only Esper/rares and no legends, it got to a point where I think it starts to be starts to get much more fun to experiment with the Espers that we have, especially since like everyone is probably R6 anyway, since we are all end game already. And we don't have relics, or we don't have equipment to actually like differentiate. So it boils down a lot to like the theory crafting of people. Like a lot of people that participate in your contest actually did a whole theory crafting session. A bunch of us did a theory crafting session together in World 3. It was quite interesting to talk about it as well.
Because we definitely can clear with legend, so epic as well. Alright, so thank you for your time for making this video happen.
You are welcome, and I'm going back to try to get a first place.
Surprisingly, someone actually got on par with Agni as well, so it's around like full epic, but it's around like 35 turn to 40 turn somewhere there. So yeah, it's totally possible to clear the content with just epic, but you have to really know how to play the Fire Expand with the roguelike gameplay. So because this is the first time Dislyte released a roguelike gameplay, like other than the Reincarnation Tower, I think this is actually a very brand new thing, because of the collection is actually a very massive, like a lot of different effect to combine together.
Whoever was in the previous videos saying to ban me, I'm still taking part.
I'll definitely screenshot his comment. I'll post it in the video.
It was quite funny.
Alright, I think that's all for the video. I'll put the epic run at the back of the video if you're interested, and I hope you guys enjoy the video. Alright, see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Let me out! Help!
Special thanks for the direct support on the YouTube membership. So for the benefactor of Artiar, which is JNMP, Epic Bullet Boy, Sky Elk, thank you so much for your support. And for the supporter or patron of Artiar, which is Louis Shenader, Agni, Wang Tamer, Ziggy, Kamaruki, Sunwatts, Rimu, Chani, Antonio Winterspoon, Immune Kragan, Calamity, Rocco Senzions, Jordan Alons, thank you so much for your support. Special thanks for the direct support on the live stream super chat for the latest 10. Thank you so much for Code Wardeners, Calamity, Agni, Love Fatima, Fatima Little Underwear, Bloods, Riku Fred, Chani. Thank you so much for your support.